As the
Part
week
2.
turned into months, Lucas began to feel increasingly disconnected from Choma, his wife. The vibrant, playful woman he had married seemed like a distant memory. Her oversized gown and constant devotion to church activities left him feeling neglected. One evening, as Lucas left the hospital, his colleague Fred called out to him, "Lucas, how about we grab a drink? You have been looking stressed lately." Lucas refused but eventually nodded. "Sure, Fred, I could use it as a distraction. They headed to a popular lounge. The dimly lit room buzzed with laughter and music. As they settled into a corner, a group of well-dressed ladies walked in, their perfume filling the air. Fred nudged Lucas. "Check out the one in the red dress. She's something else, man." Fred whispered. Lucas glanced over and found himself staring at a tall, elegant woman whose confidence radiated across the room. She caught his eye and smiled. Lucas quickly looked away, but his heart raced. "Relax, Lucas," Fred teased. "You're just looking. No harm in that." Over the few days, Lucas couldn't get the woman in red out of his mind. He started noticing other well-dressed women, patients, colleagues, even strangers in the street. He missed the charmer who used to turn his head whenever they went to. One evening, Lucas stayed late at the hospital. As he walked to his car, a voice called out, "Dr. Lucas." He thought to see Cynthia, a nurse he worked with. Walking towards him, she was suddenly dressed in a field gown. "Cynthia, what are you still doing here?" Lucas asked, surprised. "I had some files to sort out. You look like you need a break, though." "Want to grab a coffee?" she asked, her tone playful. Lucas hesitated but nodded. "Why not?" At the cafe, their conversation flowed easily. Cynthia laughed at his jokes, complimented his intellect, and subtle touches his hand as she spoke. For the first time in months, Lucas felt seen and desired. As the days passed, Lucas began spending more time with Cynthia. They exchanged text messages, shared private jokes, and occasionally met outside work. Chioma, engrossed in her spiritual journey, didn't even notice the shift at all. One evening, Chioma approached Lucas as he got ready for bed. "Lucas, you have been coming home late these days. Is everything okay?" Chioma asked. Lucas struggled, avoiding her gaze. "Work have been hectic, Chioma. You wouldn't understand because you are busy as well with your church activities and you don't care about me anymore." Chioma frowned. "Lucas, and your wife? Of course, I understand and I care, please. You can talk to me." Lucas snapped, his frustration spilling over. "Talk to you, you mean? About what, Chioma? You are too busy with your church and your Bible to even notice what's happening with me. Now, you want me to talk to you about what exactly?" Chioma stepped back, shocked. "Lucas, is this about my faith?" I thought you supported me. I did. But this isn't the woman I married. You have changed so much that I feel like I'm living with a stranger. You can do all this without changing from whom you used to be, Chioma. To be honest, this change of yours is affecting our marriage. I want the woman I fell in love with and married, not some sort of church dirty woman, please. Chioma's voice trembled. Lucas, I'm doing this for us, for our family. I want us to receive God's blessing. Lucas coughed, and in the process, you're pushing me away. That night, Lucas slept in the guest room. As Lucas drifted further away, his relationship with Cynthia deepened. She became his escape, someone who made him feel alive again. They began meeting in private, sharing intimate moments that went beyond mere friendship. One evening, Lucas and Cynthia sat in a dimly lit hotel room. Cynthia leaned closer, her voice softened. Lucas, you deserve to be happy. You are an amazing man, and Choma doesn't appreciate you. Lucas sighed. It's complicated, Cynthia. I still love her, but I don't feel connected to her anymore. Cynthia placed a hand on his chest. Then, maybe it's time to focus on what makes you happy. Meanwhile, Choma began noticing subtle changes in Lucas. His distant attitude, the way he avoided her questions, and the lingering sense of unfamiliar perfume on his clothes. One day, she found a text message on his phone from Cynthia that read, "Last night was unforgettable. Can't wait to see you again." Choma's heart scattered. She confronted Lucas that evening. "Who is Cynthia?" she demanded, holding up his phone. Lucas froze. Choma stood in the middle of the living room. Her trembling hand clutched Lucas' phone. The incriminating text from Cynthia burnt her eyes. Lucas stood a few feet away, guilt etched across his face. "Lucas," Choma said, her voice quavering, "tell me this isn't true. Tell me you are not having an affair." Lucas hesitated, unable to meet her gaze. "Choma, it's not what you think." He stammered. "Not what I think?" Choma shouted, tears streaming down her cheek. "Then explain this." She held up the phone, her hand shaking. Lucas sighed deeply. "Chioma, I didn't mean for this to happen. I felt so disconnected from you, Cynthia. She made me feel alive again." Chioma staggered backwards, as if the word has physically struck her. "So this is my fault? Because I chose to focus on God? You betrayed me?" Lucas ran his hands through his hair, his voice filled with frustration. "I'm not blaming you, Chioma, but you pushed me away. You changed so much that I didn't recognize you anymore." Chioma dropped into the couch, sobbing. "All I ever wanted was for us to have a child. Lucas, I prayed, I fasted, I changed my ways, all for our family." "I didn't ask for you to change," Lucas replied coldly. "I loved you for whom you were, but you threw that away." The days that followed were filled with silence and tension. Lucas moved into the guest room permanently, and Choma buried herself even deeper into church activity, hoping for a miracle. But one afternoon, everything came crashing down. Lucas returned home early from work, his face paled. Choma, startled by his sudden presence, looked up from her Bible. "Lucas, what's wrong?" she asked. He hesitated before dropping a bombshell. "Cynthia is pregnant." Choma froze, her heart shattered into a million pieces. Pregnant? She whispered. Yes, Lucas admitted. I didn't plan for this, but it happened. Choma stood, her voice raising with anguish. So you have not only betrayed me, but you have also given another woman the one thing I have prayed for all these years. A child? Lucas looked away, unable to face her. I didn't mean to hurt you, Choma. Didn't mean to hurt me. Choma screamed. You have destroyed everything, Lucas. That night, Choma packed her belongings as she zipped her suitcase. Lucas stood in the doorway, guilt and regret clouding his face. Choma, don't leave. We can walk through this, he pleaded. Choma turned to him, her eyes hollow. There is nothing left to walk through, Lucas. You have broken me. She left the house that night, moving in with a close friend. Over the next few months, Choma reflected on her life. She realized how much she had lost, not just her marriage, but also herself. Determined to reclaim her identity, she decided to embrace the vibrant, confident woman she once was. Chioma began dressing stylishly again, returning to the activities she loved. She even opened a small boutique where her flair for fashion and charm attracted customers. Yet, despite her effort to rebuild her life, the void of childlessness and a broken marriage remained. Meanwhile, Lucas struggled with his own choice. Although he was committed to supporting Cynthia through her pregnancy, he could shake the regret of losing Chioma. He often found himself reminiscing about their early days of love and laughter. One day, Lucas saw Chioma at a shopping mall. She looked stunning, her confidence radiating as she interacted with a customer. For a moment, he considered approaching her, but the sight of her smile made him realize she was better off without him. As Choma walked home that evening, she reflected on her journey. She had tried to live righteously, but she had misunderstood what it meant to balance faith, love, and self-awareness. Lucas, too, learned the hard way that temporal pressure could never replace genuine love. Both of them carried the scars of their choices, but they also carried valuable lessons. Love requires balance. Faith must be accompanied by wisdom, and action always have consequences. To my amazing viewers, if you enjoyed this story and its heartfelt lessons, don't forget to like, comment, and share it with your family and friends. Let's spread this powerful message together. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you won't miss out on more captivating stories. Thank you for your support and see you in the next video. Bye.